Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything seems normal. Your alarm goes off. You grab your phone. You get out of bed. Then suddenly, the entire world is thrown into chaos. Cars are launched across highways. Buildings begin collapsing. Oceans rise into massive walls of water. Winds stronger than any hurricane in history rip across the planet. Within minutes, billions of lives are in danger. And all because of one terrifying event. Earth has stopped spinning. But what would actually happen if our planet suddenly stopped rotating? Would humanity survive? Could life continue? Or would this become the greatest disaster in Earth's history? Today, we're exploring one of the most mind-blowing and terrifying what-if scenarios ever imagined. What if Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible what-if scenarios. Now let's begin. Right now, even though it doesn't feel like it, you're moving incredibly fast. The Earth rotates once every 24 hours. At the equator, the planet spins at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour, or about 1,040 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. The only reason we don't notice it is because everything around us is moving at exactly the same speed. The air, the oceans, the buildings, the cars, and you. Now imagine that Earth suddenly comes to a complete stop. Not gradually. Not over thousands of years. Instantly. What happens next is almost impossible to comprehend. Everything not firmly attached to bedrock continues moving at the original rotational speed. That means people, vehicles, buildings, trees, and even entire cities would be thrown eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour. The results would be catastrophic. Cars would become deadly projectiles. Skyscrapers would be ripped apart. Airplanes would lose control. Anything above ground would face unimaginable destruction. The force involved would be similar to a global explosion. In many places, survival would be nearly impossible. But that would only be the beginning. The atmosphere itself would continue moving. Remember, the air around us is also spinning with Earth. If the planet suddenly stopped, the atmosphere would keep racing around the globe at enormous speeds. This would create winds far beyond anything humans have ever experienced. The strongest hurricanes on Earth reach around 300 kilometers per hour. These winds could exceed 1,600 kilometers per hour. Entire forests would be flattened. Cities would be stripped apart. Mountainsides could experience massive landslides. Dust and debris would fill the sky. The world would resemble a scene from a science fiction apocalypse. And then come the oceans. Earth's oceans are constantly moving along with the planet's rotation. If the spinning suddenly stopped, all that water would keep moving. Gigantic mega-tsunamis would surge across continents. Coastal cities would disappear beneath walls of water. Countries with long coastlines would suffer devastating flooding. Some waves could travel hundreds of miles inland. Entire regions would be erased from the map. Even places far from the ocean wouldn't be safe. Floodwaters would reshape landscapes across the world. Millions of square miles could be submerged. As terrifying as that sounds, another problem would soon emerge. Earth's shape would begin to change. Most people don't realize that our planet isn't a perfect sphere. Because of its rotation, Earth bulges slightly around the equator. The spinning creates an outward force that makes the middle of the planet wider. If Earth stopped spinning, that bulge would slowly disappear. Water currently concentrated around the equator would begin migrating toward the poles. Massive portions of land near the equator could become exposed. Meanwhile, regions closer to the poles could experience enormous flooding. The geography of our planet would change forever. Entire countries could gain or lose coastlines. Some areas might become deserts. Others could disappear beneath new oceans. Maps would need to be completely redrawn. But we're still not finished. The length of a day would change dramatically. Currently, Earth rotates once every 24 hours. Without rotation, one side of the planet would face the sun continuously for months. The other side would remain in darkness for months. Imagine 6 months of daylight followed by 6 months of night. The side facing the sun would become incredibly hot. Temperatures could soar beyond anything most life forms could tolerate. Meanwhile, the dark side would become freezing cold. Many regions would experience temperatures far below zero. Agriculture would collapse. Plants would struggle to survive. Food chains would begin breaking apart. Entire ecosystems could disappear. Humans would likely migrate toward a narrow zone between permanent day and permanent night. This twilight region might offer the most livable temperatures. Future cities could be built along this thin band circling the planet. It would become humanity's safest refuge. Another major consequence involves Earth's magnetic field. Our planet's rotation plays a role in maintaining the magnetic field generated within its core. If Earth's spin stopped, the magnetic field could eventually weaken. This invisible shield protects us from harmful solar radiation. Without it, dangerous particles from the sun could reach the surface more easily. Radiation levels would rise. Electronics could be disrupted. Satellite systems would face serious challenges. Long-term survival would become even more difficult. Space weather would suddenly become a much bigger threat. Now let's talk about animals. Many species rely on daily cycles for survival. Bird migrations, hunting patterns, breeding behaviors, sleep schedules. All of these are linked to the regular rhythm of day and night. When that rhythm disappears, chaos spreads throughout nature. Some animals would adapt. Many would not. Entire species could vanish. Marine life would face dramatic changes as ocean currents shifted. Fish populations could collapse. Coral reefs might struggle to survive. The environmental consequences would last for thousands of years. Yet despite all this devastation, humanity might not disappear completely. Humans are incredibly adaptable. We've survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, pandemics, and countless natural disasters. If enough people survived the initial catastrophe, civilization could rebuild. New technologies would emerge. Underground cities might become common. Massive climate-controlled habitats could protect populations from extreme temperatures. Advanced farming systems would produce food indoors. Scientists would develop new ways to manage energy and resources. Life would be very different. But humans would keep trying. In fact, future generations might consider the old 24-hour day a strange historical curiosity. Children could grow up knowing only a world where the sun stays in the sky for months at a time. Entire cultures would evolve around the new reality. Languages, traditions, and lifestyles would adapt. Humanity would become a civilization unlike anything we know today. But one question remains. Could Earth ever start spinning again? The answer is probably no. Stopping a planet requires an unimaginable amount of energy. Restarting it would be just as difficult. Once Earth's rotation ended, the change would likely be permanent. Life would need to adapt to an entirely new world. A world of endless daylight, endless darkness, extreme weather, and a completely transformed planet. The good news is that this scenario is incredibly unlikely. There is no known natural event capable of instantly stopping Earth's rotation. The laws of physics are firmly on our side. So you can relax. Tomorrow morning, the sun will rise just as it always has. The Earth will continue spinning beneath your feet. And life will go on. But thinking about these possibilities reminds us how delicate our world truly is. Many things we take for granted: the length of a day, the movement of the oceans, the cycle of sunrise and sunset, are actually essential for life as we know it. Without them, our planet would become almost unrecognizable. So what do you think? Would humanity survive if Earth suddenly stopped spinning? How would you adapt to a world with months of daylight and months of darkness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible what-if adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Globe showing America's sparkles.